Welcome back everyone. It has been a hot minute since we posted something. We're very sorry about that. We really miss you guys. I've been away for a few weeks working, and actually since our last video, me and James moved into this flat in the Mount with two other mates from high school. So in theory our productivity should be better, but who really knows. Pivot Cycles New Zealand sent us this Mondraker Foxy RR to have a ride on and review. They do also sell Mondraker here in New Zealand. While we ran out of time to do a full in-depth review of this bike, I did get to go out for one very eventful ride. So thought I'd make this little first impressions video to give you an idea about this bike. Hopefully we'll get it back over summer and we can make a long form video. But yeah, let's crack into it. Watch out. Thank you. Ah! Ah! Whoa! Dude, that was insane. Bike feels awesome. Oh, brakes feel average. Oh my god, always do that. Oh. We have a few go-to trails to test out a new bike. Starting with hot cross buns, it was very evident that this bike is different. At 150 mils of rear travel and 160 up front, on paper it should be very similar to my Canyon Spectral AL6, but that's just not the case here. My very first impression of the Mondraker Foxy RR was that it was big, really big. It felt like I was riding a full-on enduro bike, but without the compromise of weight and efficiency. This translated to an insane feeling of stability at high speeds, but the compromise was that it was just a bit much to handle in the tighter techie sections. Oh, this is good. I forgot how fun this was. Here we... Oh my god, I hit that big! When we tested that pivot switchblade a few months ago, the video will be linked somewhere here, I was just blown away by how natural the riding position was. You just never had to think about how you were weighting the bike, how you were hitting the corner, it just did it exactly how you expected. This bike is not like that. To unlock its full potential, you need to be riding aggressive and you need to be really focusing on how you weight that front wheel. When you get this right, it is like a rocket ship. It is ridiculous. But the problem is, I'm not fit enough to maintain that position the whole way down the trail. So as I got towards the end and my arms and legs started to get fatigued, I found myself washing the front end quite a lot. Ah! I lost the front! And just, the bike became a bit unpredictable and a bit difficult to ride compared to something like the Switchblade where I could probably do a full lap and ride comfortably the whole way. This bike is truly race bred and it does show. Oh! Dude, I need to figure out this weighting. Oh. Playful isn't really a word I would use to describe the Foxy. As a lightweight bike, it is fine to pull up over little bumps and that sort of thing, but as soon as you start to pull for a full bunny hop or a manual, you really notice the length and what I would say is a little bit less support from the rear end than the Switchblade or my Canyon Spectral. There was an interesting phenomenon when cornering this bike. If you really push the bike hard into the berm, you just got a massive boost of speed. This is kind of similar to when I was testing out James's carbon wheels, but seeing as this has alloy Air13s, that push must just be all coming from the frame. I couldn't really figure out how to make it happen consistently. I think that's probably due to the aggressive position you need to be in, but if you could, you would definitely shave off some valuable time over a race run.
That's better. It's a long bike to get around there.
Looking through the spec of this build, I was obviously very excited to try Öhlins suspension, and I would say it mostly lives up to the hype. While I didn't really get a chance to fully set it up, I think with a few more rides I would have been able to dial it in and get a really nice feel out of it. That being said, you do get diminishing returns when you reach the higher end of suspension, and I don't really think I ride hard enough to justify these components. I enjoy them, but I just don't really need them. The rest of the spec was really nice, as you'd hope from a $14,000 bike here in New Zealand. Looking at the engineering of the frame, you can really tell some serious thought has gone into this. It's very well polished. Just the whole package is really, really nice. Looking at that razor thin top tube, it's just incredible they managed to get this much stiffness and responsiveness out of such a small amount of carbon.
Oh, I'm so gonna clip a tree with these bars. Oh, this feels nice on this stuff. Oh, I had a... Oh my God, bud. You good? Oh my God. Oh, that's a hefty pull to get over that.
So who should own this bike? I think it's pretty clear this thing belongs at a race day. If you're fit enough to ride in that aggressive position for a long period of time, then it is going to be an absolute rocket ship. The weight is low and the pedaling efficiency felt really good, so I wouldn't shy away from long days in the saddle on this thing either.
Wow! Holy sh**! My God! Whoa! Oh, I was cross-rutted. Ooh-wee. I'm down. Oh. Oh.
So yeah, that wasn't very fun. The bike was perfectly fine after what was a fairly brutal crash, so I was very stoked about that. I was also fine, took a little moment to get my breath back, but our ride was about to get a lot worse. 2 minutes further down the trail, our friend Ayla crashed and broke her collarbone. She took it like a champ while we waited for the medic to come pick her up and take her down to the car park where an ambulance was waiting. But that was a pretty good sign that our ride was over. So we packed up and headed over to the hospital to wait with her. And I think she's just about back on the bike already, so that really shows how long it takes us to make a video these days. In the weeks after this ride, I had to head up to Auckland to work on a movie, and Pivot needed the bike back for an athlete. So we never really got to make the full in-depth video we were hoping to do. James never even got to try the bike. So we're really hoping we'll get it back later in summer and we can do a full in-depth video. But hopefully these first impressions help provide a little bit of an insight into what the Foxy is all about. And I mean, that's pretty much it. We'll catch you next time.